The power of social media. Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 celebrities who destroyed their career with one post. For this list, we'll be looking at famous people who tarnished their careers via a single social media post, with the celebs often also making other offensive posts as well that contributed to their self-destruction. This tarnishing doesn't necessarily need to be permanent. The celebrity in question could have made or can make a comeback after some time away from the spotlight. As long as they had their careers ruined in some capacity, they will be included. If you like what you're hearing, be sure to check out the full song at the link below.
Bang, bang on the wall, don't make no sense at all. Still you try anyhow, hoping against hope they see the light. Let's play, let's pretend.
Number 10. Amanda Bynes. We now know that Amanda Bynes is suffering from mental illness, but it took us a while. In the summer of 2010, Bynes announced that she was retiring. Fair enough, but just 1 month later, she was unretired. Then came the infamous Drake tweet. In 2013, Bynes controversially tweeted, "I want Drake to murder my v-," a tweet Drake referred to as, quote, "a little weird and disturbing." The tweet garnered a lot of flack in the media, and some people thought it was a little too graphic. Even though she was unretired, Bynes' reputation was in tatters.
But they go to our church. What will people say?
Later that year, she was held for a mental health evaluation, and we all realized that this was far more serious than we originally believed. Number 9. Iggy Azalea. During the height of her fancy fame, Iggy Azalea came under attack for past tweets that many found to be both racist and homophobic, tweeting things like, "When guys whisper in each other's ears, I always think it's kinda homo." The offensive and hurtful tweets did some irreparable damage to her career and reputation. She dropped out of a gay pride event in Pittsburgh and canceled her Great Escape tour. Of course, the latter was officially canceled due to Iggy needing a break, but most thought it was a combination of the Twitter backlash and poor ticket sales. Iggy's second studio album, released in July 2019, only reached number 52 in her native Australia. Number 8. Perez Hilton. Hilton is certainly a controversial figure, but he crossed a line in June of 2010 when his personal Twitter account supposedly linked to an upskirt photo of Miley Cyrus. While the pic was quickly taken down, witnesses claim that it showed the 17-year-old Cyrus climbing out of a car without any underwear. Hilton faced immediate backlash, and many people questioned if he would be brought up on charges. According to criminal defense attorney Jeffrey Douglas, quote, "All you have to do is knowingly distribute the photograph." Hilton later defended himself, claiming that Cyrus was wearing underwear and that the controversy was fake. No matter, the damage to Hilton's reputation had been done.
You know, there's gonna be a million concerts and tours and movies, but I only get one chance to go to college with my best friend.
Number 7. Jason Biggs. In the early 2010s, Jason Biggs made a bit of a post-American Pie comeback with roles in Orange is the New Black and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. However, a series of offensive tweets got him fired from the latter after Nickelodeon featured his Twitter feed. Lo and behold, during the 2012 Republican National Convention, Biggs tweeted, quote, "I'd totes dip a pinky or two in Paul Ryan's wife's bleached." Both Biggs and Nickelodeon were targeted by parental groups, and Nickelodeon reportedly told Biggs to knock it off.
I heard that you got a little bit of grief because of the
He's
Bachelorette.
always getting in trouble.
I'm always getting in trouble.
Always in
What
trouble.
is it today?
Yeah.
It's like-
He didn't listen and continued tweeting offensive things, which included digs at Malaysian Airlines and dead Bachelorette contestant Eric Hill. The continued controversy was too much for Nickelodeon, and they fired Biggs in 2014. Number 6. Gilbert Gottfried. This legendary comedian and actor is known primarily for his signature grating voice, which has been used to great effect as Iago in Aladdin and the classic Aflac duck.
Oh boy, he's cracked. He's gone nuts.
Unfortunately, he lost the latter commercial role after tweeting one and then an extended series of very insensitive jokes following the Japanese earthquake and tsunami of 2011. The massive earthquake and resulting tsunami killed nearly 16,000 people and injured a further 6,157. People weren't really in a laughing mood. And seeing as how Aflac does a huge proportion of its business in Japan, Gottfried was quickly and firmly dismissed by the company. So ended a decade-long iconic job and a reputation. Number 5. Azealia Banks. At this point, Azealia Banks is more famous for her social media presence than her music. In March of 2016, her second mixtape, titled Slay Z, was released to the public. Just 2 months later, she found herself in hot water after aiming racist and homophobic tweets at Zayn Malik. This included calling him the ultra-derogatory F-word and a curry-scented. Many called for comeuppance, and Twitter answered by blocking Banks' account. She was also dropped by her UK booking agency. It significantly hurt her relatively young career, but it hasn't stopped her from being provocative. Number 4. CeeLo Green. The Gnarls Barkley crooner was on top of the world in the early 2010s. Forget You was a massive worldwide hit, and he was serving as a judge on the enormously popular singing competition The Voice. And then he tweeted about sexual assault. He was accused of giving a woman ecstasy before sex, raising issues of consent. She claimed to have no memory of the night and resulting events, and CeeLo tweeted, quote, "People who have really been raped remember." Needless to say, that specific tweet and its equally bizarre accompaniments caused an enormous amount of controversy, and CeeLo was effectively cancelled, at least for a while. He subsequently made appearances on Lip Sync Battle and The Masked Singer.
You drive us wild, we'll drive you crazy.
Number 3. Anthony Weiner. Weiner wasn't an entertainment celebrity in the traditional sense, but he was a well-known public figure who had been in politics for many years.
I am not going to permit myself to be distracted by this issue any longer.
That career came crashing down in the summer of 2011 when Weiner found himself at the center of a highly publicized sexting debacle. On May 27, 2011, he accidentally posted a sexually explicit photograph of himself to his public Twitter account. The photo was obviously meant for a specific person, and Weiner was soon embroiled in a controversy that ended in him resigning from Congress.
It was a hoax. It was someone sending a picture of a wiener on Weiner's account. It's one of the jokes I've been getting since I was 5 years old. This was a gag. This was a joke that someone committed on me to try to distract me.
But it didn't end there. In 2016, it was reported that Weiner had been sexting a 15-year-old girl, a fact that eventually put him in prison for 15 months.
Weiner was hoping to avoid any jail time, looking for probation. His lawyers arguing that he's on his way to recovery and would not receive proper therapy inside prison.
Number 2. Roseanne Barr. Barr probably holds the record for the quickest collapse after a comeback in television history. Roseanne was monumentally popular throughout its run from 1988 to 1997, and it was famously revived in the spring of 2018.
Can I have pie for breakfast?
No, that's contaminated. Go sit down and eat your breakfast now, and don't spill your milk today neither.
The first episode of the revival aired on March 27, 2018, and just over 2 months later to the day, Roseanne called Obama's senior advisor Valerie Jarrett a cross between the Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes. This incredibly insensitive and racist tweet was widely condemned, and Roseanne was canned the same day. Her career and reputation will never be the same again.
With that single inflammatory tweet, Roseanne's rising star imploded today. Within hours, the highly anticipated return of one of TV's most beloved shows, Roseanne, canceled, and Roseanne Barr effectively banished from Hollywood.
Before we unveil our most monumentally destructive number 1 pick, here is an honorable or a dishonorable mention.
Even if everybody gets it, like, yeah, people are gonna die. It's just terrible, but like, inevitable? I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't be doing this right now.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Kathy Griffin. Many people don't like Donald Trump, but many people also thought that Kathy Griffin went too far by holding his mock decapitated head.
I went too far, I made a mistake, and I was wrong.
The apology came just hours after the images went viral. Kathy Griffin holding a bloodied likeness of President Donald Trump's head.
The image is too disturbing. I understand how it offends people.
On May 30th, 2017, Griffin posted a highly controversial photo of her holding a bloody mask meant to represent Trump's severed head. While she claimed it was meant as an edgy artistic piece, some people interpreted it as an inappropriate threat of violence against Trump.
Pictures and video depicting comedian Kathy Griffin holding the bloody decapitated head of President Trump are no joking matter for the Secret Service.
Griffin was fired from numerous gigs, including CNN's annual New Year's Eve program. All of her tour dates were canceled, and she was even placed under investigation by the Justice Department. The photo was widely lambasted, and Griffin's reputation was ravaged.
I sincerely apologize. I'm a comic. I crossed the line. I moved the line, then I crossed it. I went way too far.
Do you agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments. And hey, if you're a fan of the song playing right now, be sure to check out the music video for it right here.
But dead time plays cruel tricks, making patience irritating.